Out of the huddle, we start the second half, and we'll check the starting lineup. Christy Langman and Amy Lilienthal, the guards for Durant. The forward line, Becky Schoening, Lori Kapler, and the center, Stacy McColvin.
And Muscatine is going to keep it no secret to throw off the bench this time. Jenny Knowles starts from the get-go.
Will catch Muscatine next time up the floor. Right to left in front of you, the Wildcats from Durant. Into this one, the number 17 state rating. First appearance at state, that's McColvin taking the drive, and she's fouled. So McColvin gets her first two of the second half. More importantly for Jenny Knoll, that's her third personal. And the starting lineup to open the second half, Jenny Knoll will be at the post possession. Maribel Rivera at one wing. The other will be Tara Drake. The guards remain Sarah Anderson and Barb Cole, and the pressure goes down. So 3 points right out of the shoot for Stacy McColvin. She has 9, and the 10-point lead is down to 7, but not for long. Rivera has 6 points.
And right away, we have Muscatine back with its original starting lineup. That's Kim Griffin, number 11, replaces the freshman Jenny Knoll.
All right, Jenny Knoll, the post player, the tall post player, the 13-year-old freshman, will take a place. And on comes starting guard Kim Griffin. She goes to the guard court. Tara Drake will go from forward to the post position.
And we'll see if Drake is still going to guard McColvin. She is. Whoops, nobody's going to go.
Blown assignment and the blown layup. That was Rivera on the rebound after Kapler couldn't get it to go down. And that is Kim Griffin, called for traveling. Inbounds assignment will fall upon Becky Schoening against the pressure. Both teams are pressing. Try to isolate the basketball and force the mistake.
Quick little heady kid, 22. I really like her as a point guard, Christy Langman.
She's a smart ball player.
I didn't get to vote, but she'd sure be on my all-tournament team. I don't know why I didn't get to vote, but I covered all the
You're the one who counts the votes.
I wouldn't let me count them.
This is Kapler. Now Lilienthal against Cole. Langman to work against Anderson.
Good defense this trip. Real good defense.
Little dipsy-doodle layup under duress for Langman. It wouldn't go down. The rebound cleared the Muskies. Number 1 in the state, unbeaten in 24 starts this year. 6 minutes remain in the third quarter. It's a 9-point lead, Muscatine. Rivera, now Cole, triggers from deep in the corner. But on the board, that's Schoening. Langman, McColvin, and that's an exchange you'd like to see from John Eibeling. That's what he'd like to see all night long.
I was going to say, I think he's got that in his game plan somewhere.
McColvin has 11. The assist to Langman.
The steal to Langman.
The steal to Langman, the basket to Langman, and that's her first basket of the game. And the 10-point halftime lead is down to 5. 28-23. Jenny Knoll back in the lineup for Tara Drake. Joy Holvig is back on, and she'll replace Kim Griffin.
I have the biggest lead at 12 points at 26-14 late in the half.
Here's Muscatine with Barb Cole. Out front, this is Sarah Anderson. Cole again, traveling is called, and we'll go the other way.
21 Barb Cole is like 53 Rivera. They're both 4-year starters for Coach Randy Ward.
John Eibeling, the Durant head coach. You saw him on the sidelines. Like to see more of that exchange to his post player, McColvin. But Jenny Knoll is back in to frustrate those plans. Keep in mind, the freshman has 3 fouls. McColvin has 2, by the way. Knoll the rebound. And in the first half, she had 9. That'll be her 10. .4:15 remains in the third. Schoenig the rebound, and here come the Wildcats. Lilienthal.
Oh, it was in there, Mike Newell.
That was all the way down, and it came back out inside the 4-minute mark. And here's Muscatine. Muscatine is, as 24 teams have found out, picking the pocket. That's Langford. And the foul before the shot. Bard Cole caught up with Christy Langford. But as 24 teams have found out before, once they get up on you, once Muscatine gets up, they don't let go.
And that replay, Mike, we pick up after a brilliant steal by 22. Christy Lang means Barb Cole ran her down, but grabbed a little arm along the way, as you clearly saw.
3:41 remains in the third. A 5-point basketball game. Muscatine leads Durant 28-23, and we'll be right back after these messages. A 5-point basketball game midway through the third period.
Durant making a real run at him, Mike, after trailing by 10 at halftime.
Christy Langman. She was held without a basket in the first half, Langman. She is the leading scorer for Durant at 13-9.
And she's had 30 points in the 2 tournament games to date.
She drains a couple here, and that 10-point lead is now a 3-point lead.
It hasn't been that close since 6-4, I won't believe.
The exchange is mishandled, and guess who came up with it? Christy Langford.
I wasn't watching, but I'll bet it was 22.
Yeah. McColvin in heavy traffic over Knoll. Knoll got a piece of the basketball, but she gets her 4th foul.
We taught them all, too. They 3 steals for Christy.
3 steals in the last minute. Now you see, getting part of the rest is Jenny Knoll up against McColvin. Boy, that's a good floor-level shot.
That sure is.
The height of those 2 kids.
And McColvin is just experienced enough and big enough. She can take the ball straight at Jenny Knoll. Where the players in the previous 2 contests became intimidated and altered their shots because of it.
This is Stacy McColvin. Should she light up down the stretch run, this is going to be a different basketball game.
A little more concern on the face of Coach Randy Ward from Muscatine at this point.
She makes a couple. McColvin. She has 13, and it's a 1-point basketball game. The biggest lead, 12 points for Muscatine.
Turnover.
And yet another turnover, this following the steals. And something is happening to Muscatine at this hour that does not happen once they get up.
Joy Helbig into the back. Goes up. Sarah Anderson. This time it's Jerry Kramer from Clinton that blocks our view of the double goal.
Durant swimming upstream to a 1-point basketball game. 3:17 remains in the third. We'll be right back after these messages. Durant and Muscatine, they're neighbors, but they don't play each other in the regular season. They are in the state championship.
Or you can almost throw rocks between the 2 towns. Of course, 8 are in 10-team conferences.
They don't want to see each other during the regular season. They'll wait till state, right?
Muscatine, champions of the 10-team Mississippi Athletic Conference. Durant, runner-up to Solon in the Eastern Iowa Hawkeye Conference. Both of their losses were to a fine Solon team.
Durant against the state's #1 5-player team, and McColvin down in the kitchen. It's still a 1-point game.
11-1 this quarter. The Durant defense has really come to the task.
3 steals and 2 turnovers in the last 5 possessions.
There's another one.
And yet another steal. Up the floor, traveling apparently will be called on the exchange.
That's a steal by Schoenig, number 50. Then trying to get up the floor, 22, Christy Lang being walked through the bucket.
Let's go upstairs and see the inbounds play. Kim Griffin will come on to replace Joy Holbert. Griffin a starter. Muscatine starting with 4 seniors and a junior, and then the freshman Knoll comes on. 5 seniors going for Durant. Rivera and McCoven.
He's an easy with a tell from up tall. He's the big redhead.
And McCoven gets her third.
Here we go at floor level. Same play. Rivera, good fadeaway shot on the baseline. A little bit too much body by number 54, facing McCoven.
Well, part of John Ibeling's Durant defensive plan is to isolate and keep the ball away from this young lady. Maribel Rivera. She is the leading scorer at 19-1 for the Muskies. And you see the numbers on Rivera. It's a 3-point game. Muscatine the lead, Durant the ball. Boy, it's a fancy Muscatine press. It's been a good one all season long.
They don't seem to panic in it, Mike.
No.
It's pressure with a purpose in mind. It's not a panic press at any time.
Finding the mark is Becky Schoenig. That's her first basket of the second half. She has 11. We're back to a 1-point game.
There goes another turnover, maybe.
Good save on the far side for Sarah Anderson. And as we get inside the 2-minute mark, it's another takeaway. Lilienthal from behind the bankboard. That's Griffin.
That had to be an acrobatic move to keep him going out of bounds.
Cole on the feed. The assist will go to Griffin. The basket to Cole. And she has 4. And a takeaway here for Muscatine. You were talking about the pressure game.
Right.
Rivera.
And here's what you were talking about.
Once she catches on fire, watch out. Lilienthal. A 5-point basketball game.
Somebody's got to move to the ball here.
And we're at the 105 mark of the third quarter. This is Langman. Schoenig. Lilienthal. Schoenig again. Yep. She's picked up quite a bit of slack. 13 points for Becky Schoenig. She's averaging 8.8 into this one. Now Rivera in the exchange with Tara Drake, and Drake gets her first basket of the second half. She has 8.
She had 6 real early to keep that run.
And Drake comes up with it. 20 seconds remain and counting.
Well, there have been a couple of momentum changes during this third quarter. 11-1 Durant. Now we've got a what? 6-2 Muscatine run.
McCoven comes up with a loose ball. It'll go on the books as a rebound, and we are 3/4 the way down in this one. Muscatine keeps a 5-point lead. Muscatine 36, Durant 31. And we'll be back for the final quarter right after this.